What's up guys, Trilogy here. Today we're doing a series review for the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus show that just finished up this last week. It has been going on for the last 6 weeks. It's a 6-part mini episode that picks up between episode 3 and 4 of Star Wars. It takes place about 10 years after episode 3. And I guess it's probably, I forget how old Luke is. I feel like he's like 17. So it's like 7 years before the episode 4, but that doesn't sound right because Obi-Wan gets really old in that time span, but hey, whatever. I don't have my dates all together. I like Star Wars. I'm not a super fan like some people, but Obi-Wan Kenobi is one of my favorite characters in the Star Wars universe. So I was really excited to finally see him get his own show and his adaptation. So we have 6 episodes here. I have some notes on here on each episode and how I felt like it went, my thoughts on it. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to give like an overall rating for how I feel that the show went. Before we jump into it, I'm Trilogy with Trilogy Effect. We do movies, gaming, manga, all kinds of curated playlists on my channel. You should definitely check those out, and I'm sure there's something you'll like. If you want to support the channels, please comment. What do you think this show, what did this show do good? What did this show do bad? And who's your favorite Star Wars character? If that's too much, just pick one, you know? And if you want to support the channel also, please like and subscribe. We're still a young, growing channel, but we do consistent content, videos almost every day. But that said, let's jump into it. So episode 1, which is just titled Part 1. I wish they would have given the episodes like actual names, but we just have Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, etc. Part 1 is really just a setup episode. So we're just catching up. We're just catching up on stuff that happened in the first 3 prequel movies. So it just gives us a quick recap, what happened, you know. And then it's just a setup, like, what is Obi-Wan up to 10 years later? And the answer is nothing. Obi-Wan is up to nothing. He works at a meat plant. He is in hiding, you know. Obi-Wan is up to nothing. One thing I was pleasantly surprised about this episode was the introduction of Leia. I did not think we were going to really get to see Leia. And I do like the heavy emphasis on her throughout the series, even though, you know, I think I prefer Luke, but I really did like the change of pace and getting to interact with Leia. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked her outfit. I like her personality. Leia is fun, but overall, because this episode's a little bit slower than the later episodes, I'm going to rate this at like an alright. This was an alright episode. It wasn't what I expected jumping into it. Like, I thought it was going to be more action-packed. I thought we were going to have Obi-Wan being pursued by Vader all 6 episodes. Stuff like that, you know. Although technically Vader was pursuing Obi-Wan, he just wasn't active in it, you know, because he was nowhere to be seen. As far as that goes, that's all of my thoughts on episode 1. It was an alright episode. Episode 2, we get a more pickup. We get to see more about Reva, who I really don't like Reva. I don't know what it is. And there's a lot of people who don't like Reva because she's black, which I have nothing against black women. Her character is just, her plot arc is just, you know, because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't like Reva. I like the second son. And so it's not like I don't like the bad guys. He was interesting. And I haven't even watched Star Wars Rebels all the way through. But it's just like, even the Inquisitor was more interesting. I don't know if it was the way he talked or what, but Reva just she just didn't do it for me. Like, I don't know. So episodes where Reva gets a lot of screen time, I'm always like, yeah, Reva, come on now. Come on now. And the fact that she survived being stabbed twice by a lightsaber, that's crazy. So Anakin stabbed her with a lightsaber as a youngling, and she survived. And then later on, she gets stabbed again by Vader, and she still survives. How? Qui-Gon is rolling in his grave right now. When he's rolling in his grave. Kylo Ren almost died when Rey stabbed him. She literally had to heal him to bring him back to life. So it's just like, what's going on? Like, I don't get it. The stab wounds are so inconsistent in Star Wars. It's just like, does it matter where you get stabbed or what? Like, I don't get it. But I did enjoy the Inquisitor politics where everyone's vying for the seat of the Grand Inquisitor now that he, you know, All of that stuff going on is really cool. I did like the inclusion of the fake Jedi. I forget his real name in real life, Haja. But that actor is pretty funny. He always plays a comedic role. He did the same thing in Eternals. But I'm gonna give this episode 2, a rating of good. It wasn't a great episode. It wasn't like a very good episode, but it's better than all right. This is a step up from episode 1. I did enjoy this episode. Episode 3, so at this point I'm like, all right, the series is almost halfway over. Like, when is it gonna pick up? I heard Hayden Christensen was coming back, and I haven't seen not one Hayden Christensen except for that one where he's just standing on the cliff in Obi-Wan's head. Like, come on now. This episode is our first very good episode. I really liked episode 3, part 3. We get Leia with Kenobi. Their interactions are funny. We get the environment of the city that they're in. We get Vader versus Kenobi at the very end. That was crazy. When Vader just grabbed Obi-Wan, just dragged him through the fire, I was like, yo, he's getting you back, boy. He's getting you back, dragging you through the fire, boy. Obi-Wan went out soft, boy. I understand he's out of shape, but man, he was not fighting for his life in that scene. This is when the show really picks up, and I think you'll notice a trend on how my rating really goes. At the end of this, I'll say it. But this episode was very good. I liked it. I liked the droid, because Star Wars always has like, are the droids sentient? Are the droids not? Are the droids sentient? Are the droids not? But episode 4, after episode 3, we just low back down. This might be my least favorite episode in the whole series. I'm rating it as an alright episode. There are no bad episodes, but you can give episode 1. You can give episode 1 the benefit of a doubt, you know? It's just like, it's a benefit of a doubt. It's a setup episode. But this episode where Leia gets kidnapped and they have to break into the Inquisitor's castle or whatever, that episode, I don't know. I like the castle or whatever. It was really cool in Jedi Fallen Order. I really liked breaking into there. We fought Vader, all of that stuff. But I don't know, besides the scene where he held the water back, which was demonstrating him getting his force abilities back, there's not too much for me to say in this episode. On top of that, Reva tried to break into Leia's head to, do the Jedi mind trick or whatever, which works on almost everybody weak-minded, which I understand Leia isn't weak-minded, but she's only 10, She's a 10-year-old, she's only 10 years old. Like, she shouldn't be able to hold back a youngling, dark side trained person. Although they just crap on Reva for the rest of the season off of this, like a little girl being able to break through, like what? Like, is it really not that hard to not be mind controlled? I don't know. That's an alright episode. Episode 5, we get towards like the climax of the series. Episode 5, very good episode. We get the flashback scene with Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker dueling, which echoes as like a metaphor, I don't know, throughout the episode as they fight and everything like that. We also get Reva versus Vader, and that scene is disrespectful. Like I said, they just crap on Reva, man. I know I don't like her, but geez, like she talks a lot of stuff for someone who gets beat by almost everybody in the series. Like, come on, man. Vader did her disrespectful. We got to see Vader catch a ship. I know we've seen several people catch and lift ships, but every time it happens, it's still cool. You just never get over seeing someone catch a ship in midair with telekinesis. Like, that's crazy. You just don't get past that. This episode was very good. Obi-Wan using Reva to stall against Vader. Very good. The return of the Grand Inquisitor. This was a very good episode. And then the final episode, part 6 of this series. This episode was also very good. We got to see Owen and Beru actually do something. They, like I said, crapping on Reva, they really held back a wounded Reva to keep them from getting Luke, which, to be fair, they failed. She would have killed Reva if she would have killed Luke if she didn't have a random change of heart, but they held off pretty good. Like, I did not think they were going to do as good as they did, but they did. We got Obi-Wan versus Vader again, and this time Obi-Wan has his strength back. He's feeling it, He's feeling it. But despite everything, Vader still is fighting with his emotions. He still has that Anakin inside of him that's fueling his hate against Obi-Wan. And it throws him off in this fight. So that's why Vader loses, you know? He's still fighting with his emotions. If it was anyone else, Vader would have won. You know, he's literally like the best Jedi killer because he knows how Jedi work, and he was literally, before he fell, one of the best Jedi out there, if not the best, excluding like Mace and Yoda, you know, the normal ones. But this episode is really good. We get to see some Luke finally, although not much. We get to see Beru and Owen do something after like 40 years of them being in the Star Wars universe. We get to see Obi-Wan survive. We close all those loose ends. I love this episode. So, I mean, overall, that's 6 episodes. We have 2 all right episodes. We have 1 good episode. We have 3 very good episodes. I'm going to say Obi-Wan Kenobi is a good series. It's not the best series that they've done, Disney has done, but I do like it better than what they're really doing with the Marvel movies. Like, if I compare Obi-Wan Kenobi with Miss Marvel that I'm watching right now, and I am enjoying Miss Marvel, I'll probably do a series review when that's over. I am enjoying Miss Marvel, but I don't know if it's because I really like Obi-Wan and I really like Star Wars, but I enjoyed Obi-Wan Kenobi much more than I'm enjoying Miss Marvel. And maybe it's because I'm not super familiar with Miss Marvel. And overall, I would say I like MCU movies over Star Wars. But overall, that's how I would rank it. Obi-Wan Kenobi is good. If you're a Star Wars fan, I definitely recommend watching it. The episodes range anywhere from like 30 minutes to 50 minutes typically. They're very good series. I liked Obi-Wan, and there are some really good Easter eggs in episode 6 that you might really want to check out. But with that said, I'm Trilogy. I was about to say I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. I wish. I'm Trilogy with Trilogy Effect. If you want to see more content like this, I definitely recommend you subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
I love the hustle, man. I be feeling like one of them ball playing, like Bird or Magic or something. But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man?